Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Camnet Midday News. My name is Amazing Katamanda. Let's take a look at the stories that are making the headlines. Another mobile money agent goes missing as Pamela's whereabouts remains a mystery. Zambia targets to reduce trade imbalance with Israel.
Team, the trajectory of the business looks very positive, and it looks like we'll be able to launch the ministry.
She has so much data.
Mom?
Yes, baby?
It says here, global warming and climate change is caused by the pollution from careless activities of human beings.
Wow!
Son, do you know I can turn my phone into a TV remote?
How's that possible?
It's so easy. Check this out.
Be smart, be fast with mega data from Zamtel. Get your 15 GB mobile data for only 100 kwacha, 30 GB mobile data for only 200 kwacha, and your 70 GB LTE data bundle with free Netflix, YouTube, Facebook, and WhatsApp. Visit our Facebook page, website, or service centers countrywide for more information. Zamtel, your digital lifestyle partner.
Thank you for staying with us, and now the news in details. While the whereabouts of a mobile money agent, Pamela Chisupa, remains unknown following her abduction by unknown people, another mobile money agent of Lusaka, Paksina Chanda, has been missing for over 2 weeks. Information obtained by Camnet News suggests that Paksina Chanda, who has been living in Lusaka's Matero compound, was last seen on the 14th of May 2022. However, the family has pleaded with the Zambian police to speed up investigations regarding their missing relative.
It has been over a month now, yet the whereabouts of a mobile money agent, Pamela Chisumpa, remains unknown following her abduction by unknown people. And another mobile money agent of Lusaka, Paksina Chanda, has been missing for over 2 weeks. The matter was first reported at Matelo police station on the 16th, while at Central Police, the report was filed on the 19th of May 2022. Information obtained by Camnet TV News suggests that Paksina Chanda, who has been living in Lusaka's Matelo constituency in Lilanda compound with her cousin, was last seen on the 14th of May 2022 after telling her colleagues that she had gone for dinner on the eve of her birthday, and she communicated the same information to her cousin.
Nani sister wandi twalekana naye na bwino fye ale bomba muka both muli banko sola mbilo kubomba ale bomba pali last week pa 14 pa Saturday nali panse ofona ufile fe phone ya lila ka message so ofona limbini ba yateo ofona afumine panse munganda na ingira munganda na checking ofona sanga ni message kwa Paksina ndembele fa say I've gone out with James in case he can steal me. So ofona mwene ila message na mfwa mutima waima James nshamuishiva ofona ile fena shitaka talk time na mtumi na phone ulikuisa ata imwabagire ndiko America na Alaisa walaisa nshtanshi ati na Alaisa ofona katingina na phone samkutuma kuma 18 na sanga phone ili off so liyaba off phone na ikala na tadi mbifika 2030 nishafika pano panganda limbi alafika mkuikala futi 20 ndesha phone yako ili off yonse ama namba ya agent yonse na yashima.
The family is concerned about what might have happened to their relative.
Kama phone still ali off pasanda hapo to ikala paka fye bwaila bwacha pamande phone kuma 7 phone tumine bakazeni bande nata tien tulembeshe fe police yofo bashiri bakazeni bande fo toele na ku police pa Matero police twalembesha pamande twafuma pale afo toele na mtown mkabutu waipishanya kwa bana ko yatawa alila afya taya kusoweto ofo ala ile so na toke okay fo twaikele kuna nalikala kwa kufuma 13 hours ofo na ikele paka na abwera kunganda futi pamande hapo mukuikala futi stiwa mafoni awa taleto mako na ashima twaisho kutumana na ashima paka fe na palile ro Paksina.
And this is where Paksina Chanda used to operate from, right at the entrance of Lumumba bus station. Paksina used to work for her uncle, who informed this journalist that she told him that she had gone to a Mr. Steve, who is not their relative, and that she later communicated that she had a shortage of 1,300 kwacha, and she wanted to raise the money to repay him. Meanwhile, her operating capital was 6,000 kwacha. But her uncle, only identified as Collins, is equally distressed with unfolding events, saying it is no longer about the money, but her whereabouts.
So immediately the aunt called me again to say, Colin, what is happening there? I don't know about that issue. That's why I tried to call my numbers on some agency. All the numbers were off. On Tuesday, she called using a voice note saying, Margaret, I'm not, the reason why I'm not picking up your calls or you find my phone's off is, getting my uncle Punka, 900 plus 300, that's 1-2. Then she continued to say, right now, in the was Steve.
The family has pleaded with the Zambia police to speed up investigations, saying, for now, they have been left to speculate on what could have happened to their relative with questions like, was the motive to get away with the cash? Was she abducted like Pamela? Did she elope? Whatever the case, police have another puzzle to solve. However, to get to the bottom of this matter, an inquiry was made to the Zambia Police Public Relations Unit, but by broadcast time, we were yet to get a response. Patrick Soko, Camnet News in Lusaka.
Minister of Commerce, Trade and Industry Chipoka Mlenga says despite existing trade between Zambia and Israel, there has been a trade imbalance between the two countries. Speaking at the Israel-Zambia Economic Conference held in Lusaka Wednesday, Mr. Mlenga says there are over $163 million worth of imports from Israel into Zambia, while the country's exports to Israel are worth $3 million.
Zambia and the Republic of Israel have been business partners in a long time, yet there has been trade imbalance between the two countries. Minister of Commerce, Trade and Industry Chipoka Mlenga Wednesday officially opened the Israel-Zambia Economic Conference in Lusaka, where he encouraged Zambia's private sector to take advantage of the conference and sign business deals with Israel, which will see Zambia's trade to that country increase to over 1 billion kwacha.
I have seen the trade imbalance that has always continued to be between our two countries. Indeed, we've continued to do business together. Over $163 million worth of imports from Israel and $3 million worth of exports. I feel the two countries can increase this to over $1 billion or more. A time has come when we did this together.
The minister also encouraged the business community to cultivate the spirit of creativity and innovativeness, as well as invest in research.
Creativity and innovation is critical. However much we can lobby for resources, finances in our midst, if we lack the spirit of creativity, everything will go to worst.
And Israeli ambassador to Zambia, Ofra Fahi, says Israel and Zambia can do more to boost trade between the two countries.
I know, though he will speak about it in length, I know that Israeli innovation and know-how have gained a big success, and they can be an essential part of the rebuilding of Zambia's economy. There is no doubt that entrepreneurs from both countries will benefit from those collaborations.
And Israel, during the agriculture panel discussion at the same meeting, announced that it has planned to set up the biggest avocado plantation in Zambia.
By the way, I'm happy to say that yesterday the first fruit came. We signed the agreement with the biggest marketing company in Israel, and the company is coming from next month to Zambia to do a huge avocado project, include a packing house with a fully support from the government.
Whoever invests in this country in agriculture, he is investing in the best country in Africa, and also at the right time.
Israel is a country that revived the desert to become a prosperous republic, while Zambia, blessed with many water bodies, minerals and fertile land, still remains one of the poorest countries in Africa. What lessons then can Zambia learn from Israel to better our economy? Prudence Chota, reporting for Camnet TV News.
The Disability Rights Watch has encouraged persons living with disabilities who are eligible to register as voters to do so and secure their participation in 2026 general elections. This is after the Electoral Commission of Zambia on 1st June 2022 launched the continuous vote registration process.
Youth
In Lusaka have welcomed the continuous voter registration exercise that has officially been flagged off by the Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, when is the 1st June 2022. The Commission has introduced a process of continuous voter education as one way of reducing inconveniences that come along with a last-minute registration, such as the breakdown of machinery. This was experienced in some areas during the period leading to the 12th August general elections, hence disrupting the process. A check by Camnet News at Lusaka's main library along Katondo Street, where the event was taking place, found scores of youths who were waiting in line to get their voters' cards. In an interview with Camnet News, some youths who had already gotten their voters' cards said the process is fast and efficient.
I was actually the first one given this. The process is not long. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes, but 5 minutes is the maximum. The reason I came here is because I'm a citizen of Zambia, and as a citizen of Zambia, it's my right, it's my civil right to have this thing involved.
Meanwhile, speaking at the same event, ECZ chairperson Justice Esau Chulu has encouraged all eligible citizens above 18 years of age to register as voters.
Transfers between polling stations, replacement of lost, destroyed, defaced and damaged voters' cards, change of names, claims for inclusion in the register of voters, amendments to the register of voters following the outcome of appeals and objections, correction of clerical errors, and removal of deceased voters from the register. The Commission is therefore calling on all eligible Zambian citizens who are 18 years old and above and in possession of a green national registration card to register as voters. On behalf of the Commission, it is now my honor and privilege to officially launch the continuous registration of voters, which starts today, 1st of June 2022. I thank you for your listening and attention. Thank you.
Meanwhile, Disability Rights Watch Director Wamundila Waliyuya has encouraged persons living with disabilities who are eligible to register as voters to do so and secure their participation in the 2026 general elections. He adds that the move is a great thing as it will enable the disabled persons to register at their own time without panicking at the last minute. Mr. Wamundila says ECZ should turn most polling stations into voter registration centers, unlike the single centers that are far from the areas majority of persons living with disabilities reside.
Has finally started the continuous voter registration with effect from 1st June. This to us as an organization which represents persons with disabilities is a great thing because it will enable persons with disabilities register at their own time without panicking because of deadlines. The continuous voter registration for Zambians will ensure that persons with disabilities who had no national registration cards, since they've been facing a lot of difficulties in acquiring national registration cards, will have enough time to get their national registration cards.
Cherish Sibote for Camnet News, Lusaka.
Youth Changing the Mindset organization, a non-governmental organization working in Dola District to end teenage pregnancy, says the free education policy has a positive impact on teenage girls within the district. In an interview with Camnet News, the organization's executive director, Comfort Mwansa, says the organization has also observed that this has helped to reduce child marriages, drug abuse, child labor, and other illicit activities in Dola District.
We wish to recommend the government of the Republic of Zambia under the leadership of President Hakainde Hichilema for the introduction of the free education policy. For the past years as a country, we have been experiencing an increased number of teenage pregnancies, early marriages, drug abuse, young people engaging in crimes and other illicit activities in many parts of the country. But with the coming of the free education policy, we have seen that it has allowed a lot of young people to be enrolled in different schools regardless of where they are coming from. As a result, it is preventing young people from engaging in illicit activities such as sexual activities, which are resulting in teenage pregnancies, early marriages, as well as contracting HIV and other sexually transmitted infections. Therefore, as an organization, we thank the government, and we are also urging our fellow parents to ensure that we take our children to school, because we understand that the future of this country, it lies in young people. When young people are being educated, we know that it is also going to contribute to the development of our country.
That item brings us to the end of our Camnet Media News, but before we go, let's take a look at the stories that made the headlines. Another mobile money agent goes missing as Pamela's whereabouts remains a mystery. Zambia targets to reduce trade imbalance with Israel. Those are the stories that we had for you on our Camnet News Desk. My name is Amazing Katamanda. Good afternoon.